How we doing, folks? Your boy Marks on 205 numbers after the name. A little Wasteland Wednesday, a little murder game. Y'all already know how it is. Getting the silent treatment over here. It's a negative on the PS4. Let's get this out of the way. It's all going to be positive video right here, except for this one negative I'm starting off the video with. This is a negative on the PS4 that I somehow figured out how to get the damn audio into my headset. And I was like, oh, cool. I've literally owned the PS4 for probably since launch. Since launch? Nah, I bought it whenever The Last of Us Remastered came out. I think it was like June, so maybe like a couple months after launch. Pretty confident, unless it came out when I bought it, when it was. Either way, I got it for a really long time. I never really knew how the hell to use a headset. I've only played a handful of times, like even online, with other people on like my PS4. And I kind of get a good laugh out of it. I was like, not really sure how this works, dog. Like, I don't know. I could somehow get it to, like, voice chat, but I couldn't get the audio in. I'm like, this is kind of silly, whatever. And then I just kind of looked it up one day. I was like, there has to be a way, right? I'm just really ignorant. And indeed I was. I was very ignorant. I just had to get the settings over there. And, hell, there might be a way to get the audio through the thing and through, like, for the recording and for my headset, too. I don't know. Beats me. I'm hella ignorant about my PS4. I'm hella proud of being ignorant on the PS4. I'm also playing Horizon on my PS4 right now, so I'm really enjoying that. So expect that video coming out in a while, because I think the game's going to take me a minute, man. But it's tight, man. I saw that game and I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. I have like literally 10 PS4 games. Well, they give you the free PS Plus ones. I have a lot, but that I actually purchased, like physically, I probably have like maybe somewhere between 10 and 12 PS4 games. But they're all like the best games like on earth. Like I I'm just like, all right, man, what's that? God of War, yo, that looks amazing. Where I'm gonna cop that, yo. Metal Gear Solid 5, oh, all right, well, I'll pop that in there. Yo, Final Fantasy 15, yo, people saying that's all right. Let me get that. Yo, Last of Us remastered though. Okay, Uncharted collection. I really appreciate getting caught up on that. Thank you so much. Uncharted 4, okay. What Lost Legacy? All right, those are pretty much like the games like I own, and I think I have like Infamous because it was like $5, and I have Killzone because I think it was like $3, something like that. And I was like, let me get that Killzone, yo, and I'm like, ooh, this ain't good. We really should do something else over here, like Horizon. Anyway, so I couldn't get the audio because we won't hear any audio here, so it's just strictly me enjoying my voice. It's beautiful. But good things about Blackout. Number one good thing for me was how smooth it ran. It ran so smooth, and that was my main concern behind it. Going into it, I was just like, I like if this is PUBG, and I get in here, and things start glitching, and things start moving, and everything's obtuse, I'm out. I was like, I'm out. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. And I landed down the first time. Actually, I had the first game. I should probably post that up. I landed down the first time. I immediately found the gun. I think it was like a shotgun or some nonsense. Maybe it was a submachine gun. And I found an optical equipment next to it. And it had a thing that said, equip. And I was like, oh! Game changer! It's like, what? You just equip automatically? Those little things just make this game so good. Yeah, especially from somebody who play like PUBG, who, like, you find something, you gotta open up your menu, you gotta equip it on that damn thing, and all that stuff is taking you out of the game, putting you in danger, and obtuse. It's just not like a way. It's a little bit easier. Obviously, it's designed for PC, right? Where you literally just drag and click, and it takes 2 seconds, and you get really good at it, and you drag and click in like a split second, and you don't even notice anything. That's fine. Guess what? On the consoles, it's gonna take a little bit longer, just because we don't have a mouse and like a keyboard and all that stuff. So we're limited as to what you could do. You have 2 sticks and a couple buttons, and that's it. And they're more than enough. You can accomplish everything in them, but you just have to optimize things. So I thought everything was very smartly tuned and optimized for the experience. Now, that doesn't take away what I mentioned yesterday, that like the armor, for example, might be a little bit too strong, maybe too easy to find, and they kind of tune that stuff. Yes, there is that kind of balancing that still needs to take place, but I'm speaking about just how the game works, and I didn't really have, a lot of people had issues like picking stuff up and like how long that took. I thought that was a very short moment, and kind of the holding, as they didn't want to hold, they just want to tap. I understood what Treyarch came 100% on that. Where like if you tap, when you're gonna go reload and you accidentally tap and pick that thing up, you're gonna be pretty pissed about that. And I'm 100% in agreement with that, because if I'm in a gunfight and I want to reload, but I happen to be over this item and instead I pick up like some arm, like I'm gonna be pissed. Like that's not something I want to do. So I completely agree with that, and I thought the whole thing didn't take so long. Whatever. I thought that was very well designed as well. So everything with the core game as to how things are implemented, whether it be your inventory system, how you could open it up. There's even like if you hit up on the D-pad, it even gives you it gives you like a quick menu option where you could kind of hit some things like pretty quickly. Phenomenal. I thought that was phenomenal. Like I was like, yes, like this is so good. Like I got hit some things quick. Yes, that is exactly what I want to do. Is get some like quick stuff going over here. You can use your perks real quick. You could even change all this stuff, and I got really good at that by the end of the game. It was a little bit tricky at first. I didn't really understand. I didn't understand how to get out of it, and I think they kind of put in a little bit of an option where they like it kind of disappears on its own after a couple seconds if you don't touch it. Cause I got killed in one game that I was pretty pissed. I was using the RC car to kind of explore a little bit ahead, and the person was running at me, and I was like, cool. I lured him over here where the car came from, perfect. And then I couldn't get out of it because I was actually still in that damn like mini menu, like the small menu, and I was like, "What the hell is this? Like, okay, I don't want to be in this." And I couldn't get out of it at the time. The guy popped me, and I think there was like a couple people left in the game. I was like, "No, it's like this sucks." But I think even after that, in the beta, they added the option to where after a couple seconds, if you're not even utilizing that menu, it'll disappear on its own, which is very smart as well. I guess 5 seconds is all right. I was gonna say I'd even cut it down maybe to 3, but 5's all right. So all that stuff is pretty damn good. How smooth it runs, all the different like options. The healing mechanics pretty good. You just hit that L1 button and you're pretty solid. Shooting, and it just feels like Call of Duty when it comes to the shooting. There is obviously bullet drop off, but I feel like it's at a pretty far distance where it's fair game. Like most of your one-on-one gunfights, you're still kind of aiming at the person and that's it. Headshots hurt a lot comparatively to body shots. I heard that that's kind of how it plays in the multiplayer as well, where multiplayer you should probably shoot chest high. I missed the multiplayer beta. I was in the country, so take everybody for the word on that one. But this mode definitely feels like that. So I thought that was all pretty implemented. In terms of the actual like survival mechanics of the game, right? Like the circle and how that kind of stuff works. I was very impressed, and I thought it worked very well. In this beginning part, and you're actually seeing over here in this video how I get caught outside of it, you basically lose like 1 health the whole time you're out of it, which is cool. It's not really like that much. You kind of heal through it, and I think that's fair because you could get caught in situations like I was, maybe you're just lollygagger, maybe you'd rather explore, maybe you'd rather hang on. That's fine. Later on, you lose a lot more, and yeah, as you should. You should be pushing people closer and closer together and rewarding those people, or hurting those people, rather, that are staying outside of it for like an extended period of time. So I had no real issues with the circle mechanics. It kind of always seemed to end in reasonable spots. This game, I guess, might be the most questionable, honestly, of where it like kind of ended. I had another circumstance where I might post a video where it ended kind of in a little bit of a shaky spot, but sometimes it'll land in buildings, sometimes it'll land in main areas, sometimes it'll land in the middle of nowhere. I had a lot, I had maybe like 3 or 4 where we ended up on like those hills like around Turbine or something. I was like, where the hell is this? Like, why would I ever be here? Like, what are we thinking? But that has some fun elements too. So that's not a negative. That's like, okay, like yeah, the circle ends in different spots. Cool. But I never had it end in like I don't know, like a place where you couldn't even get to, or like a place where literally it was like one hill and like the guy had nothing behind them and then he would just pop me. Like never, like it was always in a fair, relatively, right? Like quote unquote fair, because who knows if it was fair or not. Like it seemed fair where it ended all the time. Let me leave it that way. And I thought that the damage kind of percentage that you get for it, I thought it was pretty well designed, and everything about it was pretty damn good. Let's get into vehicles. Vehicles to me were a positive as well. They're pretty good. I actually didn't use the boat. I actually didn't use the chopper. Think about it. Honestly, I only saw like one chopper the whole time. I'm sure they spawned me like a turbine. I never really went to turbine, so I'm sure they probably spawned like a turbine and maybe like a state. The states had a helipad on it, so I want to like this state. So I don't know. But I never even saw one. I did see the boats, and I didn't really feel the need for it. But the ATV and the armored car all feel pretty good. They control pretty easily, pretty intuitively. I had to compare them to something. I mean, I don't know. A lot of like third-person games kind of had these controls on them. Call of Duty Warhog, but I felt like this feels better than that. Like I couldn't even figure out how to control the Warhog 90% of the time. This was like kind of a meaning of like, okay, gas up, all right, cool, perfect, boom, set. So the ATV, you get shot off of it pretty easily. All vehicles get blown up pretty easily. The armored car takes a little bit more to blow up, honestly. but that's fine. I think that's all kind of well tuned and well balanced, and you can find them relatively easily. I mean, in most like locations where there's like stuff like a house or something like that, or a pair of houses, or main locations, you'll often find I spawned like array a lot. I dropped array a lot, and I'd say I don't know, maybe like a 50 to 60% chance that there was always like an ATV at that bottom like exit. And I mean, I'm sure there was even maybe some more times where I just didn't even look at it and stuff like that. So I felt pretty comfortable with how the vehicles were implemented. There was one game where we had one guy who was kind of just circling around and like the chopper and stuff, but that's up to us to figure out how to take him down too. And I ended up kind of LNGing him and taking him down and stuff like that. I think that might have been yesterday's game. Now I think about it, I don't remember. It ended around the same area yesterday's game was. I already forgot. Either way, more positives. Let's see. I had the Call of Duty feel. Which that's like a big plus. Like when I got in there and I immediately felt like it was a Call of Duty game, I was like, oh. I was like, all right, sign me up. Like that's what I wanted. Like that's what's up. I don't know. Everything was good. The smoothness of it was like to me number one. Like just how smooth everything ran. Not necessarily the beta, right? Because like the Xbox, like that thing wasn't out on top of some people and all that jazz. But the actual in-game performance to me was very smooth. Overall, I really feel like this could be a game mode. I'm not going to say it's going to replace multiplayer for me, but it's going to be a game mode I'm playing like a lot. Let me talk to these guys about what's happening over here, man, because unfortunately we don't have the audio of the game. But basically, I got to this boat and I started hearing footsteps, and I thought those footsteps were pretty damn close to me. So I kind of hit under there, and I was kind of like, what's going on? Let's see. Let's investigate over here. And I wanted to get the high ground because I wasn't sure. And then I thought I saw this guy, and I'm pretty sure I was like level 3 armor. Maybe that was just his character or something like that. But we laid him down with a murder game. Y'all already know how it is over here. And I got a minute till I got to go, and I'm kind of probably going to look over here at the map real quick and decide which way I end up going. So I'm going to walk you through kind of my last like decisions over here. Because the number one positive about this game, too, is, I guess outside the smooth. Smoothest to me is number one. But number two positive is the tension, man. Like it has that tension, which is what I liked about PUBG. That's what I wanted to play that game, was that tension of, yo, there's 5 people left. This circle's small. Where are they? Where are you? What are you going to do? That to me was very much present throughout this whole game. And the better I got and the further I got into the game and stuff like that, like, it was awesome. To the point where my girl thought I didn't like the game because I was like angry sometimes at it. And I was like, nah, man, it's not anger. It's just you spend like 20 minutes all in, right? Like using everything you can to your advantage, playing the game as best you can. And some dude just comes from behind and pops you. And just because like maybe that one time you didn't check back. Or, you know, maybe you thought the circle was a little bit further back than it was or a little bit closer than it was, but it wasn't. It still fit like so had room for some guy to be there and stuff like that. So it has that tension, which is really, 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 really dope about it. And that's something that makes these kind of Battle Royale games what they are, right? I think that's kind of what defines the genre. So, over here, I'm kind of cargo docks. You can see that the whole thing circling down. I thought most people would probably be on the main area, the main piece of land, because there's a little bit more room there. So I decided to go Nuketown. I was like, let me go Nuketown. And I felt kind of comfortable with this Titan thing to maybe shoot a little bit long range, just whip it good with it. So I was like, I could maybe go over there. Maybe I could even pluck some people off over there. Or maybe I could go Nuketown and just look at Main Island and kind of play from there. And I was like, hey, maybe if I go to Nuketown, stay on one of these bridges, and then that thing closes in on Nuketown, they got to come to me. Like, I'm going to be able to shoot them from there. So I kind of took my gamble with that. And I started driving over here in Nuketown, blah, 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 you know, peacefully. By the way, Nuketown's a great place to land. I should probably talk a little bit about that as well, where I ended up landing a lot. But Nuketown's a pretty good place to land, and mainly the underground bunker part, which I don't think most people understand. I think most people try to go to, like, Nuketown, like, proper, like the map. But the underground bunker part is, like, really where it's at. Like, there's a lot of good stuff down there. Nuketown proper has good stuff, too, but the underground part is really good. So, I'm kind of lining up over here behind the circle, but unfortunately, we don't have audio. I also heard some gunshots coming from up ahead, which is why I got out of that car. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, yo, there's people on this side of Nuketown? Like, hey! And we're going to see a little gunfight over here, and maybe I'll walk you through the decisions I make over there. But places that I like to land, Array was probably number one. One, because I just like Array from Black Ops 1, so I was just a sucker for him. Two, I didn't feel like a lot of people landed Array, and there was always some good stuff. I don't think it was the highest level stuff, like it wasn't the best, but it was solid. I also like landing Asylum a lot. And by the way, here's where I got disappointed. I'm like, damn it, the circle's all the way on the other side. Like, what the hell? But I'm hearing these people kind of have a gunfight over here, so I kind of wanted to wait it out. And I'm also on the edge, and I feel pretty safe over here. So I'm like, all right, I'll back up in there. And I'm kind of trying to figure out where do I go. And I thought about maybe going all the way to the top. You'll see how I end up changing my mind, though. Asylum was a place that I like to land, but I wouldn't like to land Asylum proper. There's like a back house kind of thing. And I like to go over there. So this guy is basically shooting at some other guy up on the rocks. And I figured, I was like, let's try to pluck this dude down here that we actually can. The only negative about that is, like, now that guy in the rocks knows where I'm at. I'm not sure even what rock he's at. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye out over here. And it's like, he knows where I'm at. I have like 13 seconds till I got to get a move on. So I sort of reload the Titan, which takes like 1,000 days. And I'm making a push for it. That was the best idea that I had. Like, I'm making a push for him. And then he comes out. I see him. He puts a bullet in me. Pretty damn good bullet in me, by the way. I put a couple shots in him, heal up a little bit right here with the quick heals. I'm looking to see if I have anything here that might give me a little bit of an advantage. I'm not really the best with tactical equipment so far in this game. That's definitely something I got to add to my arsenal. I switch over here once I get a little bit closer to that. I think it's a Maddox or whatever the hell some machine gun was. And we barely win that gunfight, but we win it, bro. We win. Actually, I don't think I had armor this whole game now I look at it. And I can't have any time to loot them because I knew that the circle hurts a lot at this point, and I knew the circle was closing in over here. So I just get down over here under the water. There's 5 of us left, I think it says over there. 5 left, 4 kills. And I guess the other ones are like that 3 people spectating. I never fully understood that 3 people have seen you. I don't never really understood what that last one was. I gotta look that up. But anyways, 5 of us left over here. I'm in the water. I'm making a lot of noise, by the way. Like, I don't know how much of that is audible, but my character, like on my screen, makes a lot of noise. One thing I also liked about the game was that you could hear the people's footsteps. Awareness obviously helps. That silence was a great perk where you don't make any noise at all because your character makes a good amount of noise, honestly. Crouching, like, there's a big difference between running and crouching. I think that's fair, and that's to me crucial. Why, like, you really should have headsets to like win. I mean, I think you should have headsets to play Call of Duty. Period. But you should definitely have headsets. They also said that they're going to tune. This would be, I guess, one of the very minor negative. They're going to tune like the sound of the suppliers or the planes because when those things pass by, you just couldn't hear anything. And that's strategic. That's a thing. But I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I was like, I literally can't hear anything. But what I would do is when that thing would pass by, I'd make my move, right? So I'd be a little bit, not people don't hear as much. So I found this little nook right here that I thought was pretty safe and still gave me that advantage of looking to the other side of the island. I figured if anybody was like on top of me, I'd hear them. If anybody was in the water, I'd hear them. But I'd be able to see everything else over here. I was a little disappointed when I found out that that building was part of the inside. I was like, damn it. Like, I wanted everybody out here exposed. See that supply drop landed all the way back there? I was like, I ain't getting that over there. Mind you, supply drops are crucial, man. Like, they're key. Like you'll see me win games because of supply drops, sometimes just randomly and stuff like that, sometimes not. So, while we wait over here, I basically just waited out a little bit on this side until I'm forced to move in. And I already decided I'm going to stay water. I'm not going up top. It's too risky. I don't know where these people are. So I'm going to stay water and try to see where the circle ends up. Asylum. The back room. And then you can work your way into Asylum once like people in there kill themselves or whatever like that, and then you just take their stuff. That's how I got the ray gun every single time. I got the ray gun maybe like a handful of times, and that's just because I waited for people to kill each other, and then I take it from them. Let them loot for you, my friend, sometimes. Let them loot for you. Nuketown's good to land as well. Underground bunker part's good. Estates is good. There's also like all the stuff around the estates is pretty good, like all those buildings and stuff like that. I think most people just think estates is raid. It's not. There's a lot more to it. Ray is probably good, and I also like landing cargo. I like landing lighthouse, but every time I did, I'd get popped. So I didn't like it that much. Cargo is dope, though, and I like landing on that ship. The only bad part is if there's somebody at lighthouse that actually knows to use a sniper, then that guy will just fuck you off the ship. But if not, that place is pretty damn good as well. I really barely landed firing range. I landed Rivertown a little bit. Rivertown was alright. It's a lot of different options, but not necessarily 100% the best place to land. So I kind of mixed it up between like Array, and I ended up spawning ended up dropping a lot back house Asylum towards the end. I really like that. Hydro, like the hydro plant thing, whatever that is, the dam, pretty good too. That was a pretty good spot to land at. Not even the dam proper, but like the buildings next to it. They're pretty big and they pack a lot of stuff. Not a lot of people land there. Kind of depends if you're looking for an early engagement or not. If you aren't, then land any of those places that I just mentioned. If you are, then just drop firing range and knock yourself out. Have fun. Raise that KD or lower it. So, 2 people left. Me and this other guy. I've lost a lot of games in this situation. I literally got second maybe like 5 or 6 times. I was pissed about it. So I wanted to win. I'm looking up because I heard footsteps, and I heard footsteps above me. And I was nervous. So I'm looking at the circle, and I'm like, okay, I'm on what's going to be the edge, and I still have to move like a little bit. This guy's above me. He's going to have to move in. So I'm kind of like, but I keep hearing him. I'm hearing him shuffle, and I don't even think he was like crawling or anything, or like prone, not prone, kneeling. I don't know what the hell it's called. Stalking, crawling, not crawling. Damn it, crouching. Yeah, I thought he wasn't even crouching. He was kind of like running. I'm like, man, what the hell? And I keep hearing him over here, and I'm just like, damn. And I see that the circle's closing in, and I still hear him a little bit. I'm like, man, this guy's got to be somewhere, though. Like, I keep hearing these footsteps, and I was like, all right, let's do this. I was like, he's not looking down. Because I was worried about him looking down and just popping me. I was like, he's not looking down. I'm going to start, like, moving up a little bit and then just kind of play it by ear. Literally play it by ear. So I'm looking. I'm still hearing him moving. I'm like, damn it, where is this guy? And I've seen the circle collapse, and I'm waiting for it. I'm like, because if he's waiting for me, like, he's probably looking, I thought, the other side of the beach. Like, he wouldn't think I'm right under him. And I'm crawling down here. I might have that silence on, but I'm definitely, like, crouching. So it's not too loud. And I'm looking. I turn the corner, and look who I see. And I make sure I got that headshot in there, and we get that dubs. Number 1. Woo, woo. Leave nobody standing. I thought he was still going to be coming down a little bit. I didn't expect him to be right there. When I saw him and I saw he wasn't looking at me and he thought I was coming from the other way, which is 99% right. Like, I'd probably be coming the other way. So he didn't do anything wrong there. Like, I probably should have been coming the other way. But that's it, man. That's how you play a damn game right there. I think getting 4 or 5 kills. Pretty solid right here. First W of many to come.